Well, hello and welcome. This is Resident Evil Survivor 2, Code Veronica. This is a light gun game, also an arcade game, which is why I'm going to play it on easy because this game is designed to eat up your quarters. I'm only here just to because it is a Resident Evil game, and I just since I went through Outbreak 1 and 2, I said why not? Let's just do the Survivor games, which we already did. Resident Evil Survivor is canon. So this one is debatable. Obviously, no, it's not canon. It's not. Dead Aim is the final of the Survivor series. It's technically number 4 because number 3 is a Dino Crisis one, which we'll be doing as well. But this one is not canon. But all we're going to do is just go for we'll play on both as Claire and as Steve, and we'll just get the gems in every level and we'll call it. I'm not going to go through the dungeon mode because it has nothing to do with the game, with Resident Evil whatsoever. It's just because you can beat the arcade mode in 20-25 minutes or something like that, and this is just something that gives you more to do with it. This game would be fun if we had a light gun. I did try to get it to work with the mouse and keyboard, which I think I'd have more fun with. Because as it is, you don't really have much control over where you're aiming. You have to get critical hits and so on and so forth, which just makes the game even harder in that aspect. So just for transparency's sake, I do have the game on easy, and I do have my partner level turned up to 8. So yeah. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go and just get through this. Also, I generally always try to find the manuals to go over. I started that about halfway through with my channel, to be honest. So, but I couldn't find one for this game. Try as much as I tried. There is one for the Dino Crisis one. There is one for the Dead Aim one. Also, I don't think this game was ever released in the US, as I actually have to use a Europe BIOS to get the game to actually boot properly. It boots with the US version, but when it says PlayStation 2, it gets all weird. So, but anyways, so we're gonna go ahead and just start with Claire.
Let's go.
Escape. You don't look like a monster. Yeah, you're looking for them. Also, the assault rifle is garbage. Like, my pistol does more damage, so we're gonna take the Magnum.
Instruction A, execute. All personnel evacuate immediately. Biohazard contamination detected. Level S. Instruction A, execute. All personnel evacuate immediately. Biohazard contamination detected. Level S.
Don't get in my way, sis. You too, Mr. Knight. Aberrants. If I wasn't here, you could have been cleared. The translation, this is bad. I'm actually doing really good. Usually I've taken damage and everything. I'm surprised it's going so well. Stage 3 concern. Oh, come on, man. I got puked on. Ugh. I don't know how to, like, get past this room without taking damage. I don't know what it just did, but
Detected. Evacuate immediately. Biohazard contamination detected. Level S. Instruction A. Executed. All personnel evacuate immediately. Biohazard contamination detected. Level S. Instruction A. Executed. All personnel evacuate immediately. Biohazard contamination detected. Level S. Instruction.
Damn it, dude. These things aren't going down. For fuck's sake, did they just... Oh yeah, if you die, it resets your score, so... Going to private residence, inpatients. The bullet doesn't seem to be effective. Fire? Why am I firing? It doesn't do anything. Where the fuck did that zombie come from? It's fucking dumb, man. Even on easy, it's bullshit. The fuck am I going? This way. Go. Jeez. Wait, she's a human being.
The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel evacuate immediately. The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel evacuate immediately.
Wow, can I like hit it? Oh my god. Okay, so now we'll do
Resident
Steve.
Evil.
Okay.
Not bad. Oh, damn. Bit of a talking hit. Oh, son of a bitch. Oh, well. It's a good thing I saved the health kit there. The other thing, too, the health kits give such little health.
Personnel, evacuate immediately. Biohazard contamination detected. Level S. Instruction A executed. All personnel, evacuate immediately. Biohazard contamination detected. Level S. Instruction A executed. All personnel, evacuate immediately. Biohazard contamination detected. Level S. Instruction A executed. All personnel, evacuate immediately.
Fuck, it didn't pick up the health kit. Damn it, not that it gives me anything anyways, I guess. That's such bullshit. Yeah, it's like you're gonna take me from a boss fight to the only way to really get criticals is for me to get right up on them. Like, it's... He's a human being. Hee hee hee. I'm not so sure about that. Got a huge time bonus on that.
The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel evacuate immediately. The self-destruct system has been activated. All personnel evacuate immediately.
All right, well, that's Resident Evil Survivor 2 Code Veronica. Honestly, it is what it is. Like, if you had a light gun, I guess it'd be fun. But I'm curious to see. I mean, Survivor was actually a good game, I thought. Like, for what Survivor was on the PS1, I actually enjoyed the game. It was frustrating at times, but it was a Resident Evil game. This is just an arcade game. I think I would have liked to have seen a game that was more like, I don't know, maybe like a side story to Veronica. I don't know. But in either case, this game is very, like, he goes up to like very hard. Like, I can only imagine like one shot kills. Like, all the enemies are sponges, especially if you're playing with controller, because you can't aim, so you can't get critical hits, like, unless you're up close, and some of those rooms are just made to destroy you anyways. Like, I avoided some of the rooms that are just like literal like 20 zombies in there. It's impossible. So I don't know, it is what it is. I'm actually more looking forward to Dead Aim than this game, to be honest. I am curious to see how the Dino Crisis one is, though. But all right, well, nah, it's only 25,000 off from getting number one. Oh well. All right, let's read our secret reports. Well, damn it, dude, what the hell? So I guess the gems don't do jack shit. So, okay, well, fine. Well, here's the thing. I found a website that's got all the stuff here. So we'll just go ahead and read through these. I'm not going to bother because you have to sit here and the screen as it reads. It goes really slow anyhow. But yeah, let's go ahead and read these off here. So the first one's going to be the Diary of the Chief Warden. Only a few hours remain for me as a conscious human being. This will be the final entry in my diary. I won't waste what precious moments whining about what could have been. Who dropped the ball this time? Ah well, what's done is done. In 48 hours, the virus will contaminate this entire island and every life form will die out. Soon, I will be nothing more than a soulless bag of meat controlled completely by the virus. She is my last hope, my invincible lover, Necetia. Netsita. I don't know how to say that. Netesia? She is my last hope, my invisible lover, Netesia. Whatever. I don't know. I first met you in an empty solitary cell. You had innocently chosen that spot to make your web. A place to call home, though there was no food for you to catch. I wonder why I fell for you. Perhaps it was because I sensed you were kindred spirits, choosing to live our lives in some sheltered corner secluded from others. I diligently kept feeding you with moths and roaches. Watching you wrap their bodies and suck out their fluids relaxed me. I noticed how you had grown, but I wanted you to be bigger and stronger. That's why I started to steal bodies for you. There's no harm in it. After all, they were dead remnants from the various experiments, no longer useful and left to be disposed of secretly. So I did just that, by feeding you. The effect of the virus on you was astounding, and in no time you become as big as a man. Then, when I ran out of food, I sent a prisoner to the cell. They would be tortured to death by Alfred anyways. No one cared if you went missing. At least you had grown too big to live in a cell. Now I let you crawl loose in the prison. The ceiling has become your nesting place, and you've become the ceiling has become your nesting place, and you've become to devour prisoners and prison officers at random. No one will be able to destroy my lover. You're far more powerful than that annoying Alfred. Your fangs are sharp enough to slice his empty little head off with one bite. All those memories, they'll be gone. My whole body has been infected with the virus. Now I'm hearing the noise you make when you crawl on the ceiling with your 8 slender legs, Nacedia. I guess you have eaten your food up. I guess the hunger is urging you. My dear Nettie, kill everyone. Destroy everything. Devour all. The meaning of the world will be lost when I die. I know you're gazing at me with your 8 eyes. Don't hesitate. Now fulfill your urge and let nature take its course as you sink your beautiful fangs into me. Wow. Freaking creep, dude. Alright, next up we have the letter from Umbrella Surveillance Body to Rockfort Island Commander. A letter sent to the commander, and this says Lockfort instead of Rockfort, from an inspector of Umbrella. Here is a brief report of what we have found so far. Our undercover agents have yet to crack the identity of the spy working for HCF. However, based on the D files contained in Geneva, we are certain he is on Lockfort Island and has gained full access to all areas of personnel. Our men have been on the case for 3 months now, and I assure you this matter will be dealt with swiftly and quietly once we have identified our target. Our sources inform us that he has joined forces with our enemy, plotting some sort of offensive attack. Few details are known at this time, but we know they have succeeded in duplicating the prototype. Given the new urgency of the situation, I've taken the liberty of sending you a special gift. Nemesis Type T, the latest BOW, was created in the States and has set the world on fire with its performance in Raccoon City. Since everything about it is completely confidential, including its budget and inventory controls, there will be no shipping record. The package is hidden in amongst other materials in a routine shipment. All evidence of this transaction must be destroyed with the utmost discretion, and any knowledge of it will die with you and me. P.S. Nemesis T is programmed to set loose once an emergency is detected. There's no other way around it. Regard it as a talisman and use only as your last resort. Alright. Next up we have a nameless prisoner's last words scrawled on a training facility wall. Dear son, T-Virus will soon destroy everything. Son, I was in unlegible. Know how dreadful the virus is. Once the virus infects a certain percentage of the island, it cannot be reversed or stopped. Remember that once it enters the body, something virus controls it and comes out to spread the virus. Something number will explode. I can't ask you to forgive me. As you have said, your mother was killed because of me. That is a truth that I can't deny. I can only regret what I have done. I can't understand why things went this way and what really went wrong. I can't admit that I was not a good father to you, but I loved blah 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 something, I don't know. I can't hide what I've been doing. I can't undo what I've done. All I can do is pray that you live. I think you know better than to come back here. However, if you're still reading this, it means you're still here. You must leave as soon as possible. This place will be wiped and your father will be dead by then. I love you, my son. That was easy to figure out. Let's see here. An email from an unknown sender. A mysterious encrypted email. Echelon rung in French. The encrypted sentences of a highly encrypted... Oh, wait, no, wrong one. Sorry. All right, so we have an email sent from a secret agent to their base. From Scarlet Eve, SMP. There's the email addresses. Sent December 28th, 1998 at 0:59 a.m. to Golden Sheep. Subject encountered with the T. Veronica. Report first encounter. During our mission on Rockford Island, we have encountered a carrier who is infected by the T. Veronica virus. It seems that the poisonous mushroom had hidden the T. Veronica on the island. Due to the third level of biohazard caused by our sabotage mission, we have seized control of 90% of the establishment and the organizations on the island. Any form of an organized effort of resistance has already been suppressed. Note that the T. Veronica carrier bore a close resemblance of Alexia, daughter of Ashford family. So you're 2240, same day, second encounter. Our second encounter erupted into a close range combat with a unit of our agents and 2 units of hunters. They ended up wiped out within 3 minutes. In my opinion, the potential of the T. Veronica carrier is beyond comprehension. It has the ability to transform in order to accommodate a hostile element. For defensive purposes, it transforms its skin into armor to protect its body against bullets. It is assumed that the T. Veronica carrier can evolve to accommodate any environmental change. The blood of the T. Veronica carrier seems to catch fire once it's aerated. When it attacks by spraying its blood, it's more powerful than a flamethrower. Survival rate against this type of weapon is very low, since the T. Veronica carrier pursues its victims with the intelligence of a human. Summary: survival rate against an enemy of this potential is extremely low. Alright, and then finally we have Claire's notes. Alright, the monologue of Claire. I seem to have fallen asleep in spite of myself. The sound of the turbo engine of the VTOL has woken me up. I was dreaming. No, I was having a terrible nightmare. I'm drenched in sweat and my heart is thumping in my throat. The dream is fading away rapidly, just like a dream always does. Then only the memory of fear and deep sorrow remain. To my surprise, I seem to have been crying. In the cockpit, Steve is controlling the plane. The nightmare has gone far behind. What do I have to fear? Why should I be sad? We're safe, for we've got away from the cause of so much fear and sorrow. The island. I can see the warm sunlight coming into the cockpit as if it erases the darkness. There are dolphins jumping on the surface of the sea below. However, the fragments of the nightmare never leave my mind. The scenes I dreamed of are surfacing one by one. I was dreaming of the island. I was fighting, just like I did a while ago, just like I did together with Steve. But the dream was about to unfold in a different way, in the worst way. My farewell to Steve. That is a reality that could have happened, if anything had gone wrong, but it didn't. We won this future. We have escaped from the island of death. It's time I forgot the nightmare. It's time I talked with Steve. The sky is bright with sunlight. It's becoming brighter and brighter. I wonder why he doesn't turn around. Now it's too bright, as if I'm in a white blanket of fog. Was it just a dream? I don't know. I'm in a white blanket. I wonder why he doesn't turn around. Is what I believe to be reality real? The steady sound of the engine of the VTOL has become louder and louder, like the noise of a swinging axe. I realize that I'm waking up. So it was all a dream. Great. Even more reason why I hate this fucking game. I don't hate it. It's just pointless. I guess it would have been fun in the arcade, or if I had the light gun, but I don't. So, but I hate games that are like, oh, it's just a dream. So, all right. Well, that's all I got. Also, the game rewards you for playing the game more and more. I guess like once you play the game for like over 12 hours, you get infinite number of continues. You can also unlock Chris Redfield by doing the dungeon mode. And then also unlock some Juan guy, I think is what it is. I'm not sure what his name is, but in either case, so I don't really have any interest in doing more than what I've already done. So, but yeah, I mean that's Resident Evil Gun Survivor 2. So, hope you all enjoyed it. I was really just here to see what the files were, and I didn't even get those. So, yeah, I guess I failed at it all the way around. But All right, guys. Well, I guess in the next episode, we will do Gun Survivor 3, which is Dino Crisis. I am kind of looking forward to that one. At least it's got a manual I can read through. So, but yeah. All right, guys. Well, that's all I got. So until next time, stay safe and God bless. And I'll see you in the next episode. Okay. Bye-bye.